1, 2, 1, 2. I woke up this morning happy, which is a bad start for a blues musician. Yeah. Ready? Off we go. Thank you to all my friends for supporting live music where it's colder than the bloody grave. Thank you, Paul. I write a lot of parody songs. The best thing is you can't get done for breach of copyright. Fair dealing. Okay, here's one I wrote for... Who's a public servant? Who's been a public servant? Alrighty, this one's for all you guys. You'll recognise the tune. I stole it off Kenny Rogers. On a slow Monday arvo, in a job going nowhere, next to my manager, I think they were asleep. So I just sat there watching the minutes ticking over, and they woke up with a and they began to speak. They said, son, I've made a living from fixing people's fuck-ups, knowing how badly they fucked up by the way they told their lies. And if you don't mind my saying, you shitted poker faces for a coffee and a donut, I'll give you some advice. So I shouted them a long black and a plain Italian donut. They bludged some stevia and asked me for a spoon. Checked their mobile phone and muttered something unprofessional. Said, if you're gonna dance to their dance, you gotta learn to sing their tune. You gotta know when to give a shit and know when to take a hit and know how to stand your ground without getting fired. You never count on support sitting round a meeting table. There's no time for that when there's consultants to be hired. Now every public servant knows the pathway to promotion is tell them what they want to hear, and their ideas won't fail, cause if they do you'll get the blame, and if not they'll nick the credit. And the secret to brown nosing is that you don't inhale. And when they'd finished speaking, logged off from their Surface Book, down their coffee, packed their bags and legged it for the bus. And somewhere in the future I could see how to break even, cause in those words I found a way to fake it to success. You gotta know when to give a shit and know when to take a hit and know how to stand your ground without getting fired. You never count on support sitting round a meeting table. There's no time for that when there's consultants to be hired. So stuff it, take a package, be a consultant and get hired. First time I did that at a stage show, there were people from my agency in the audience, and it got back to senior management and I got in trouble. Anyway, I left the public service and became a consultant. And then I retired. Okay, this one I wrote just this year doing Ben Drysdale's songwriting for non-songwriters course. The great man himself, Boss Man. And with Fiona, who wrote a fantastic song, Moving is Changing. We were the pioneers. It's a great initiative, you know, and support it. Do the course. Because working with Ben. Anyway, this is not based on any particular person, but it's about the words that you probably should say and the feels you should have when, no, let's not be friends after we split up. Because I've done that a lot, which is why I'm a country musician. was a time together we climbed some of the highest mountains. All done now, though you show you care. I know that you still want to see me hanging out, just as if we had not cut the ties that kept two hearts pegged. Gonna have to keep my distance, can't wear a mask. I'll be back when I heal my heart and soul. Love you still, I always will, but I'll see you in my dreams tonight as I bear the weight of memories cold. Like walking with you hand in hand, hold you close, share a kiss, look in your eyes, feel the bliss of when love was new. Trying to put that all aside, trying to have a heart of stone. Hope you'll call, then pray you don't. Goodbye comes so hard. The time is right, I don't fight to keep you from my thoughts. Stay safe, my love, knowing I'll be there. Baby, please believe I won't leave you hanging on for me to come through, 'cause I'm still dreaming of what we shared. Climbing mountains of my own, alone I've gotta do this. I'll be back, just don't know when. And I'll be trying without crying, and maybe be your friend. Right now hurts too much to say goodbye again and again. 'Cause walking with you hand in hand, holding you close, share a kiss, look in your eyes, and feel the bliss of when love was new. Trying to put that all aside and trying to have a heart of stone, and hope you'll call and pray you don't. Goodbye comes so hard. Goodbye comes so hard. All right, this next song I have performed a bunch of times. It's supposed to be funny. It's a country song, and it's about everything that can go wrong with your heart in a really shitty breakup. And the first time I did it, somebody said, "God, who screwed you up so badly?" And the thing is, the song came about, there were three of us double bass players for the National Folk Festival, and we were on a guy's bus talking about herbs. And it was the challenge, get as many adjectives in a row for what can actually happen. And as I was the only literate double bass player there, I got the job. So there's 13. But no, it's not true in my case. On a freight train of misery, hauling ass down a line of busted lives and shattered dreams, on a high road to despair. Cowboy lying dead in the back streets of Laredo is better off than me, now that you're not there. And that's the only way that I can tell y'all how I feel without you near me, holding it together when we're fit to fall apart. Got a taste of cold, cheating, lonesome, broken heart, stony, crying, hurting, bleeding, yearning, untrue, aching heart. I have loved no other, I never loved another, like the way I felt for you when I looked into your eyes. I was just a stepping stone, a poor excuse to someone else, a sorry detail in a nasty web of lies. Not that I'm bitter, and that's the only way that I can tell y'all how I feel without you near me, holding it together when we're fit to fall apart. Got a taste of cold, cheating, lonesome, broken heart, stony, crying, hurting, bleeding, yearning, untrue, aching heart. Got a taste of cold, cheating, lonesome, broken heart, stony, crying, hurting, bleeding, yearning, untrue, aching heart. And which is a segue into one of the first country songs I wrote 20 years ago, inspired by a then 5-year-old riding along singing a cowboy song. It's my young bloke William, who's no longer a cute little 5-year-old. He's a big hulking urukai of a bloody thing, plays AFL and bench presses 110 for fun. It's called Cowboys of the Past. The first verse was inspired by him. The second verse is about a bunch of young men that we sent away to war, Vietnam, that I actually had the privilege of serving with a few of them when I did my weekend warrior service. And of course, 500 of them didn't really come home alive, and many more didn't really come home at all. And the last verse is a bit about the legal career, but anyway. Started playing cowboy, riding along, singing a cowboy song, got a broomstick for a horse, silver 6-gun on my belt. Ride across the prairie with my posse, chasing shadows, and be back in time for dinner, and the stories I could tell. And I'd go home to Mom, tell her of the things I'd done. She'd say, you're my hero, and the goodnight kiss at last. And in a dream, Clint Eastwood pat me on the shoulder, and I'd ride off in the sunset with old cowboys of the past. Then I got a little older, thought I'd do something for myself in a suit of jungle green, M16 learning fast, with a bunch of guys who weren't allowed to give up playing cowboy. And I wonder where they've gone now, all those cowboys of the past. And I'd go home to Mom, tell her of the things I'd done. She'd say, you're my hero, and the goodnight kiss at last. And in a dream, Clint Eastwood would pat me on the shoulder, and I'd ride off in the sunset with the cowboys of the past. Now wear a suit and tie, pack a mobile in my holster, I hit send for smoke signal. In this movie we're all cast, and the shootouts in suburbia and outlaws in the boardrooms. Sure enough, we'd clean up this town with the cowboys of the past. And I'd go home to Mom, tell her of the things I'd done. She'd say, you're my hero, and the goodnight kiss at last. And in my dreams, Clint Eastwood pat me on the shoulder, and we'd ride off in the sunset, all the cowboys of the past. And in a dream like the silver screen, shoulder to shoulder, we'd ride off in the sunset, all the cowboys of the past. Yodelee, yodelee, yodelee. Alrighty, this next one was written earlier this year. I went to one of those merge dating nights. You all heard of them? Yeah, she has. Yeah, they have. Yeah, it's a guaranteed singles night, and it was for people of a certain age demographic. I'm not going to give anybody's age away, but putting it, yeah, over 50. All right. I don't even look 60, but anyway, and it wasn't clean living. But you go in there and they give you a drink ticket and say, you know, mingle a bit and then we'll do ice-breaking activities. I said, what, like a planning day? I'm trying to retire. And conversation was largely impossible because of the background noise, you know, you got an eye strain from lip reading. Anyway, there's a number of people that go to those things, people who are genuinely looking and they turn up with a copy of the form guide. And then there's their chaperone or wingman, as it says in the parlance. Now, there you go. And the first ice-breaking activities, somebody on that table, her name's Nerida, stand up. Yeah, you're going to take the hair out. Came up and started talking to me, which surprised the hell out of me, you know. And I was getting on famously, because traditionally I'm shit at this sort of thing. You know, names exchanged and all the rest of it. And later on, caught up with her and her buddies over in one of the quieter corners. And she introduced me as Tim, and my name's John. Look, I was. Anyway, later on, we're exchanging mobile phone numbers and stuff. And again, I couldn't hear a damn thing. And Nerida was kind enough to put her mobile phone number in my phone and indicated I should send her a text. And I thought, oh, God, more small talk. You know, oh, that was lovely. Should we have coffee, you know? So I went the Hail Mary shot, and I'll never not be proud of this move. I sent her a meme of John Cleese as the enchanter that are some who call me Tim. And it worked. She agreed to have dinner with me, but I had to write a song, and we hung around at the light rail. I've got to catch the next light rail. Anyway, 5 of the bloody things came, it went, jumps on the last one at midnight. So this song wrote itself. She also used to drive trains for State Rail as well, bloody freight trains. Anyway, it's called Standing at the Station with a Song in My Heart. It's had 1,100 hits on YouTube, I think mostly Nerida and her mum, but anyway. And her friends. They're all here tonight. Anyway, a big shout out. Thank you for the song. You left me standing at the station, but with a song in my heart. Last trains are leaving, seen 5 others depart. Winding the clock down until we called it a night, and the doors closed behind you as I waved you goodbye. And then you held me close to you. Wow, I didn't mind no kissing, it's true, 'cause I'm standing at the station with a song in my heart, sipping on a soda. I saw you capture the bar with those wild mountain tresses and a smile like a star. Got talking about something on an impulse, a whim, keeping it classy even when you called me Tim. And then we walked into the night to catch the last train that's leaving at midnight, and me standing at the station with a song in my heart. This is the world now, come what may, and merge dating's like a planning day. Find someone with overlaps, find somebody new, be somebody's wingman, that somebody was you. And hear the same old lines, tried and failed, but I got to use a meme from the Holy Grail. Standing at the station with a song in my heart. Yeah, I'm standing at the station with a song in my heart. Autograph. No, I'm so proud of you. Yeah. What's time? Alrighty. Well, it's time for one more. And then it'll be Greg. All right. This one I wrote back 2023. Everybody's got a song of recovery and redemption in them. And so a bit of a message to a few people going through some of life's downs and downers. And there's a bit of self-talk as well. I actually was stuck for a name and I was tempted. I don't do any Chuck Berry, mate. And I was actually tempted to call it To All My Friends, but then I thought I'd probably get sued. So it's called To Everyone I Know and Care About. And this is the last one. Oops. All the hurt that overflowed and drowned my world in pain, and words in anger, hope, despair, and bitterness and shame. And what that was, and how it passed, and how to cut the ties, binding blinded to what's been real things undisguised. And counting good times and all the hot stuff, what's the final score? Broken hearts and disconnection, nothing as before. Said no, and now nothing will erase moments when souls walked along a path they chose until that journey's end. Wishing all my friends the best, including friends no more. And for what it's worth, I'll not forget the worth that you call. Take a moment, look and see the beauty that's your own. And keep in your heart a place for you and one you can call home. Looking back and thinking now on what's been said and done. What's to be or not to be, tomorrow's not begun. But may all the paths you choose to take bring joy and light your soul. Walk well, my friends, as journeys wane, pray keep your true heart whole. May all the paths you choose to take bring joy and light your soul. Walk well, my friends, as journeys wane, pray keep your true heart whole. Walk well, my friends, as journeys wane, pray keep your true heart whole. Thank you.